Today we are talking about the D chord. I'm going to show you how to play 6 different D chords very easily by moving one note at a time. The concept of what I'm going to show you will work with any chord, but I believe the D chord is a great place to start. So let's get into it. Alright, let's get started with the D major open chord. Looks and sounds just like this. So you don't play the top 2 strings. You start with your 4th string, D string, and then your 3rd string is going to be your index finger, 2nd fret. 2nd string is going to be your 3rd finger, 3rd fret, and your bottom E string is going to be your middle finger, 2nd fret. So once again, there's your D major chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the D major chord, and we're going to learn how to move one note at a time to make different chords. So we're going to start with the D major, and we're going to take this note right here and we're going to move it down one note. So now we've got this note right here. The way we're going to play this is by barring all 3 strings with the index finger. So it looks like that. So D major, and then here we've got a D major 7 chord. Now we're going to take this same note here and we're going to move it down one more note, and this is going to give us a D7 chord, or a D dominant 7 chord. So once again, D major 7, D7. Alright, next what we're going to do is we're going to start again with our D major chord. This time we're going to drop this note right here on the bottom string, 2nd fret, down to the 1st fret. So all we're going to do is go from here, D major, to this chord here, and that's a D minor chord. So D major, D minor. Once again, we're going to take this same note here and we're going to drop it down a note, which is going to be the open bottom E string. Now we've got a D sus2 chord, which is really a cool chord. I love this chord. So once again, we start with D major to D minor to D sus2. Alright, now we're going to do a D major, where we're going to take this bottom string 2nd fret, we're going to go up a note to the 3rd fret, but we're going to do it with our pinky. So we're going to do a D major, and then we're going to hit this chord, which is a D sus4. So D major, D sus4, and then back to D major. So let's go through all of them one more time very quickly. D major, D major 7, D7, back to the D major, D minor, D sus2, D major, D sus4, and then back to D major. So there you go, 6 different D chords that you can learn very easily. If you want to learn more about chords, chord progressions, and the basics for learning songs, then click the playlist on your screen or the one that I'll link below. If you feel that you've learned something useful here today, then let me know in the comments any thoughts or questions that you may have. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.